जैसा कि हमारे इल्म में है कि जब से अरबिस्तान पर इस दरिंदे और गासिब ख़ानदान का कब्ज़ा हुआ और इन्होंने खुदा और रसूल और आले मोहम्मद के नामों को मिटाकर इस मुल्क का नाम अपने नाम के साथ मंसूब करके इसे सऊदी अरब कर दिया। हम जानते हैं कि तब से सारी दुनिया में खुदा और रसूल के मानने वाले मुश्किलात का शिकार हैं। ये नज़रिया कि जो मोहम्मद इब्न अब्दुल वहाब ने अपनी काफिराना सोच के साथ इस्लामी दुनिया पर मुसल्लत करने की कोशिश की, उसने बज़ाहिर सारी दुनिया पे कामयाबी हासिल कर ली। लेकिन आज मैं उर्दू में ये आखिरी बात करके फिर अंग्रेजी में कुछ बातें करूंगा कि मुझे खुदा ताला की इज्जत की कसम, मुझे मोहम्मद मुस्तफ़ा की नबूवत की कसम, मुझे अली मुर्तज़ा की विलायत की कसम, मुझे फातिमा ज़हरा की इस्मत की कसम, मुझे हसन मुश्तबा की शहादत की कसम, मुझे हुसैन शहीद करबला की अज़मत की कसम, सारी दुनिया में कामयाबी हासिल करने के बाद भी जो सबसे बड़ी नाकामी आले सऊद को मिली वो विलायत अली की वजह से थी। विलायत अली इनके नापाक इरादों में कल भी हायल थी, आज भी हायल है, और ये जानते हैं कि विलायत अली का वो आखिरी वारिस जो पर्दे में है, जो कभी अल्लाह के ज़हूर हुक्म से जब ज़हूर करेगा तो ये सारे यजीदी और कुफ्र के ईमान मिलिया मेट हो जाएंगे। और एक मरतबा फिर हम लंदन की गलियों में नहीं, हम इस सफारत खाने के सामने नहीं, बल्कि हम खाना काबा में और मस्जिद नबवी में या अली और या हुसैन की आवाज़ बुलंद करेंगे। Today I would like to record my protest on behalf of myself and all the Muslims living on the face of earth, that we do not recognize the Saudi regime as a Muslim government. The Saudi government does not represent the Islamic faith. The Saudi government is actually a puppet in the hands of the national powers. The terrorism around the world is being supported by the Saudi government. The terrorism in Pakistan, in Iraq, in Syria, in Bahrain, in Lebanon, and now in Egypt, all is supported by Saudi regime. One point I would like to make today, and I will conclude my speech. When two groups or two individuals have differences, they have only three grounds to be different. Number one, either they have political differences. Number two, they might have the social differences. Or number three, they would have the religious differences. This is the basic right of every human being, that they can have the differences and they have their own views. But when it comes to Islam, all we are ordered to do is Qul la as'alukum alayhi ajran illa al-mawaddata fil qurba. We have to follow the Prophet and his family whatsoever. We can have differences between us, but we cannot have difference between Prophet and his family. We cannot go against them in either of the points. When it comes to religion, they are the mastermind of religion. They are the basic source of religion, so we cannot have the religious differences between them and ourselves. When it comes to politics, yes, we saw in the history that there were people who had the differences between Prophet and family and themselves. For example, we see the cursed government of Muawiyah. He was the first person openly announced his differences with the ideology of Prophet when he made a war against Imam Ali and Imam Hassan, and then he appoints Yazid as his successor. That was the start of the down of Islam. And what we see today is the same mindset being ruled of the Islamic population around the world. We see the ideology of Muawiyah and Yazid claiming to be the Muslim representatives. But we clearly say that in the time when Muawiyah had arranged the war against Imam Ali, our forefathers stood with Imam Ali. And we do not acknowledge the Muawiyah and his steps. When the Karbala war happened, we were standing with Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And today is another Karbala. We see Karbala everywhere. Yazid died, Muawiyah died, but their mindset did not die. And we see it today that the Muawiyah and Yazid, they are ruling the Saudi Arabia, they are ruling Qatar, they are ruling Bahrain, and they are ruling everywhere where we see oppressions. They are supporters of terrorism, and we condemn them, and we want to say to international media that the real Muslims are not terrorists. The real Muslims are not hijackers. The real Muslims are not killers. The real Muslims are peaceful Muslims, and the real Muslim wants to become the peace and the harmony to this world. And those who are supporting terrorism are the Saudis and the Qatari government and the Bahraini government. We disown them. We do not acknowledge their policies. And the last, but not the least, I would like to say that today we are gathered here to claim our basic human right, which is to get the permission to rebuild the shrines of Jannat al-Baqi and Jannat al-Mualla. They were demolished and destroyed by the Saudi regime as soon as they become in the power. They abuse their power, they abuse the emotions of Muslims. And today, on behalf of all real Muslims, I would demand that Saudi government should allow the Muslims to go inside Medina and Makkah and let us build Jannat al-Baqi and Jannat al-Mualla, so that we can visit the graves of our forefathers and our imams, and for most important thing, the grave of Hazrat Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha. And on this day of 8 Shawwal, when these graves were demolished, they are trying to make another Baqi in Syria. They are trying to make another Jannat al-Mualla in Syria by attacking the shrine of Hazrat Zainab Salamullah alayha. We want to give them a clear message that if the shrine of Hazrat Zainab Salamullah alayha be attacked once again, it will not be attacked on the shrine. The attack will be considered on the Muslims, the attack will be considered on the Shias, and the attack will be considered on the faith of Islam. And every single Muslim will go to Syria and protect the respect of the family of Prophet. And over our dead bodies, we will never let this happen, that they can destroy the shrine of Zainab Salamullah alayha. And the last, we agree to shout this slogan, which is a slogan of Hussainiyat and the slogan of our identity. I request you to repeat with me, Labbaik ya Hussain! 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 Terrorist, terrorist! Alles auf terrorist! Terrorist, terrorist! Alles auf terrorist! Terrorist, terrorist! Alles auf terrorist! Labbaik ya Hussain! Labbaik ya Hussain! Labbaik ya Hussain! Labbaik ya Hussain! Muhammad wa ala Muhammad salawat. Allah.